world of governance is vast and can be alien to the ordinary man on the street.
Critical issues are going to be discussed.
From white papers to policy positions, it is easier to get lost in the labyrinth of words.
Inside Government takes you to key global metropolis where critical decisions are made and where policies are crafted.
We interview policymakers and senior government officials to highlight and enumerate government policies and projects. We take a deep dive into the underbelly of complex red tape to demystify policies across the country, across the world. Join me, O'Brien Kimani, on Inside Government, only on KBC Channel 1.
My name is Salim Mvuria, the Cabinet Secretary, Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports. And I want to tell all Kenyans, Chan is here with us. I want to invite you to Kasarani so you can rally our Harambee Stars team. The tickets are affordable, 200, 500, 1,000. Harambee Stars is playing, Kenya is playing. Let's meet at Kasarani. Tuko pamoja.
It was a great start for Harambee Stars on their win yesterday against the DRC, the new millionaires in town, I shall say. They will be playing Angola on Thursday, 7 p.m. And I can tell you for sure that KBC Channel 1 is the place to be for all the action. Indeed, Chan Eco KBC. But for now, we bring you up to speed with the latest reports. This is KBC Lunchtime News. I'm Doren. Arange Lissimora is our sign language interpreter. And our section of residents of Border Point 1 in Mandera East are calling on the Kenyan government to urgently bolster security in the area following heightened tensions across the border in Somali town of Bula Hawa. Clashes between Somalia's federal government forces and those allied to the Jubaland administration are said to have intensified. Residents at the Kenyan side of the border claim some fleeing Jubaland soldiers have crossed into Kenyan territory, seeking refuge in private farms and neighboring villages.
Leo tuko maisha yetu iko hatarini. Jeshi ya Somalia ambayo walikuwa wanapigania ya Jubaland ambayo walipigania Bula Hawa walivuka ubandii baada ya kushindwa, wanaletwa hapa katikati ya Bibiwan na shamba Bula na shamba sehemu kidogo. Hakuna mtu anaweza enda choo, hakuna mtu anaweza enda shamba, tuko hatarini.
The people are dying for hunger. The farms, they are destroying their farms. They are destroying their property. Nobody is talking about that place, this place. We are in fear of these people. We wanted to tell the government to take action from these people.
Still on security matters, border operators and members of the business community in Oyugis Town, Homa Bay County, are decrying what they term as rising insecurity in the area. Addressing the media in Oyugis Town, the two groups called on the Ministry of Interior to enhance security in the area, expressing frustrations that cases of border operators being killed and their motorbikes stolen are are reported in the area in a daily. The father called on the area residents to be proactive in identifying and reporting criminal activities.
Naambia serikali, if security cannot be handled, tutauliwa hivi. We shall call for a demonstration. We are not going to relent. After a joke, let us come out freely and identify the criminals who are among us, who are perpetuating hooliganism or the criminal activities in our midst.
We are requesting our security agencies to work closely with the business community so that we can identify criminals within the Yugis town.
In Kiambu County, a family is demanding justice following the death of their newborn child, which they attribute to alleged medical negligence and unprofessional conduct at the Kiambu Private Hospital. The grieving parents, Kennedy Maingi Musyoka and Maureen Kavai Karani, recounted a harrowing 4-day ordeal during which they say their pleas for urgent maternal care were ignored by both doctors and nurses at the facility.
Kennedy Maingi Musyoka says that despite paying the required medical fees, his wife was left in prolonged labor without proper medical intervention at St. Bridget Hospital in Kiambu County.
First we came, wakasema induce. Because are you sure? Wakasema yes. After the inducing, ilifanywa saa 9. Ilifanywa saa 9. Daktari mwenye anakuja asubuhi anasema inducing isimamishwe, hafai kufanywa inducing. What is that?
Kennedy further alleged that the situation worsened when the doctor on duty left the facility and only returned after nearly 3 hours, citing traffic delays. Tragically, the baby was pronounced dead before delivery.
My wife was perfect, 100% vitals, everything was okay. Everything was lunch, nimemukulisha mimi mwenyewe. Maji anakunywa vizuri, glucose anakula vizuri. Anamtembeza nikitembea. Then that 2 hours and a half, my kid anaenda tu hivyo cause of negligence. How can a doctor take 2 hours and a half to clock in? What is that?
Akasema, daktari alisema the next time nafaa kuangaliwa ni after 4 hours. Tukamwambia ni sawa. Kaendelea kutembea nikibounce. Uchungu ikazidi. Ikizidi tena, my husband akaenda kumwangalia hapo kwa nurse station, hakumpata. Akatuma student nurse aende amtafute, amwambie aniangalie. Kuni operate alichukua like 10 minutes or so. Akatoa mtoto. 7 alitoa mtoto. Akasema kama angeka kidogo, just a few more minutes, kungekuwa na rupture ndani ya uterus yangu, kungekuwa na rupture. Akachukua mtoto, akamweka huko, akanishona process ya kawaida tu. Akamaliza, akanitoa. And that's how I lost my girl.
The family says that they have since faced hurdles in securing the release of the infant's body, which remains at a Kiambu morgue. In response to the allegations, Isaac Ndungu, the administrator at St. Bridget Hospital, said they sympathize with the bereaved family and are currently conducting internal investigations.
We are continuing with the investigation as we update the family of our investigations, which is continuing, because as after delivery we continued with our care of the mother, which is still continuing, and she's well now. She's about to be discharged tomorrow.
He further added that the hospital is in communication with the couple and will fully cooperate to ensure they get justice. Jacqueline Masharia for Lunchtime News.
May that family get the justice they deserve. Moving on, as the world celebrates 47 years since the first successful in vitro fertilization IVF birth, thousands of Kenyans continue to endure the emotional and physical challenges of infertility, often in silence. In Kenya, 1 in 5 couples struggles to conceive, and an estimated 4.2 million people require medical assistance to achieve parenthood, according to recent data. Yet, societal stigma and lack of open dialogue have kept infertility infertility a largely unspoken issue. Dr. Sarita Sahija, an IVF specialist at Myra Fertility Center, describes infertility as a hidden epidemic that is not limited to one gender.
Infertility affects both men and women, and the causes can be complex and varied. It is imperative that both partners undergo thorough fertility evaluation, Dr. Sarita Sukija says.
There are some blood tests by which we can check the hormones and we can establish whether the ovulation is happening, the tubes are okay. We do an ultrasound to see overall their uterus is fine. Similarly, for the males, we tell them that if it has been 1 year and the wife has not conceived, then they should come for a semen analysis.
Common causes of infertility in women include blocked fallopian tubes, uterine abnormalities such as fibroids or polyps, cervical issues like stenosis or polyps, ovarian disorders including ovulation disturbances. In men, common causes include poor sperm production or mobility, hormonal imbalances, infections, structural abnormalities, and age-related decline in fertility. Despite the challenges, Dr. Sukija says there is hope.
Marriages get broken, but remember there is a hope. You must try, and we are there to help you in whatever best possible way we can.
Among the growing number of success stories are William and Priscilla Mwendo, who have conceived twice through IVF. Their journey, they say, is proof that fertility is a medical condition and not a curse or personal failure.
We came here 2022 expecting now the second born. The first born, she's 2 years, 5 days today. So try your luck, come and consult our doctor.
The Mwendos hope their story will encourage more couples to seek help and open up about these struggles as Kenyan specialists and advocates call for greater awareness and access to fertility care.
I'm happy. I came here, I trusted the process. I undergone the treatment. I'm now good. This is the result of Dr. Sarita.
Mariambo reporting.
Calls for gender parity in political representation have begun as the political atmosphere takes shape ahead of the 2027 general election. Speaking in Kisii Town, Kisii County, the Jubilee Party's Women League coordinator Lois Manyange expressed concern about the few number of women in elective positions, saying there is need to elect more women. The women leaders spoke after an engagement with the party head office in Nairobi, vowing to adopt strategies to ensure more elective seats for women in the County Assembly and Parliament come 2027.
Sio kwa kuwa nominated peke yake, but tunataka pia wanawake tujitume, tupate wanawake wengi ambao ni viongozi ambao wamechaguliwa na watu kutoka sehemu mbalimbali za kaunti ya Kenya. Tunawakilisha wanawake. Tunataka kuhakikisha kuwa gender inclusivity imefikiwa, kwa sababu the two-third gender rule bado haijafikiwa. Tunataka ku make sure that is met.
Gender ndio tunaongelea sana, inclusivity ya kina mama. Tunataka wamama wengi tuungane, tukue viongozi, so that when the positions hapo mbele zikipatikana, tuwe na sisi tunajoin bunge, national bunge, assembly na hata kwa county level. So we are ready, we are moving forward.
Kama wamama wa Kisii County tumekusanyika pamoja tukiwa na ujumbe mmoja wa kusema kwamba wamama tujitokeze.
Party of National Unity PNU leader Peter Munya has criticized former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua for fronting his Democracy for the Citizens Party as the only party of choice for Mount Kenya region, saying other parties must be allowed space to thrive for the growth of democracy. Speaking in Imenti Central, Meru County, Munya said PNU was started by the late former President Mwai Kibaki and that it has stood the test of time. He, however, said the party is negotiating with other like-minded political outfits to join hands in fronting one opposition presidential candidate in the 2027 polls.
Pia mnajua Kenya ni we are a multi-party democracy. Yani Kenya ni nchi ya vyama vingi. Sawa sawa? Sawa sawa? Na hatutaki mahali pale tunapelekwa kwa chama moja. Najua kuna watu wanasemanga hata mlima si chama moja, sijui nini, hapana. Kila mwananchi awe na uhuru wa kujiunga na ile chama anataka. Sawa? Wewe kama uko na chama yako, usa sera yako. Wacha mwananchi anunue hiyo sera kama anataka. Mwingine akuje na yake. Auze atuambie yeye anataka kufanya nini. Mwananchi anunue ama akatae. Lakini tusiwaambie mlima chama ni hii. Kwani wewe ndio nani?
Stigma, widespread misconception and limited access to affordable healthcare has been termed as the biggest challenges in the fight against epilepsy. And now it's against this backdrop that the Kenya Association for the Welfare of People with Epilepsy, KAWE, on Monday held a sensitization forum and training sessions in Nairobi County for community health promoters and primary healthcare workers to raise awareness and improve care for affected individuals. Nicholas Otieno, a clinical officer at KAWE, says the training will go a long way in equipping frontline healthcare workers with skills and knowledge needed to manage epilepsy cases within their communities.
90% of the community should be aware that epilepsy is a treatable medical condition. Out of the 90% of the community that is aware of the that it's a medical condition that is treatable, should be able to access safe, affordable medical care so that they can be helped in the medical facilities. The myths we are demystifying are myths like epilepsy is as a result of a curse. Some people believe that. Some people still believe that it's as a result of witchcraft. And some people still believe that these people are demon possessed. And with those myths, these people will not come to medical facilities. They will go for alternative modes of curing the situation.
The Lake Turkana Friends organization has become the first institution in the country to begin mobilizing communities around the organizational plan project aimed at ensuring local populations are fully informed and involved in the decision-making process. Speaking during a stakeholders dialogue forum held in Kakuma, Turkana West, the chief officer of the organization, Eunice Ateo, emphasized the importance of making the community aware of the contents of the plan, saying there has been a significant information gap. Community members, including refugees residing in the region, have expressed concerns about being excluded from the planning stages of the project. The residents say they will not endorse the project until comprehensive sensitization and public participation is carried out.
Hata host community hawajajua kwamba hii shirika plan nini iko ndani yake. So ndio maana sisi tangu hii kitu ilivyolaunchiwa tukaona kwamba ni vizuri, ni vyema community at least waelewe, to create awareness kwa community kwamba ni nini haki zao ni gani, haki yao ni gani.
Tunaomba wale washikadau wote wa shirika, ikiwemo serikali, ikiwemo UNHCR na United Nations, waketi chini waone mikakati ya kujaribu kuleta kila mtu washikadau wote ili jambo hili la shirika lijadiliwe kwa kina.
The Kenya Wildlife Service rangers at the grassroots level are calling for improved technology in order to help them boost their conservation efforts. Speaking in Nanyuki, the rangers noted that exploiting advancements in technology is necessary in addressing challenges in wildlife conservation, such as poaching. Residents were also encouraged to support biodiversity conservation.
Nimekuwa hapa kwa muda wa miaka 18, so nimejionea a lot of challenges, sana sana wakati wa kiangazi. Wanyama wakijaribu kutoka upande wa Samburu kuelekea upande wa Mount Kenya, ndio kuna chakula ya kutosha, kwa sababu mlima huwa kila wakati inanyesha, utakuta hakuna mahali ya kupitia. So corridors here in Laikipia is our main challenge kwa sahihi, kwa sababu wakati wanyama wana migrate automatically lazima watapitia mashamba za watu, so kutakuwa na a lot of destructions za mashamba, properties, but despite those challenges hizo zote tunajaribu kung'ang'ana na kwa device management, at least at their best, waone vile watashughulikia hii swala ya nini ya corridors, kwa sababu that is our main challenge.
With the technology we are at least far because of the Earth Ranger system which was introduced in KWS. We want the management to improve by introducing different equipments in various conservation areas to ease the work of conservation.
Things we used to do manually, they are supposed to go on digital way. And again, we also want to link this to the new bill, which is ongoing. We know there is a public participation going on and about conservation and with the KWS management.
The Kenya Human Rights Commission wants Parliament and the Executive to decommission the Hustler Fund. The Commission says the fund provides neither financial inclusion nor meaningful economic empowerment to its target demographic since its inception in November 2022. In its report dubbed Failing the Hustlers, the Commission found that by December 2023, over 9.6 billion shillings had been disbursed through the fund with no measurable impact on enterprise development or job creation.
Parliament has ceded its power of oversight to the executive. Just as my friend, the Honorable Angela, has been saying, you find MPs now defending the executive instead of oversighting it. It is Parliament supposed to be doing this work on every fund, not telling the Minister, Cabinet Secretary, that you have surrendered our power to you, you can set up whatever fund you want. That is irresponsible legislation by Parliament. It's lazy. The organization that is managing those funds needs to do a lot of checkups with themselves, because most of the things we have requested were not available, and some of the data we have been shown right now by KNHCR is true.
Do we continue to put money in a fund, yet we cannot fund basic needs like education and health?
The Ministry of Health has launched a countrywide biometric health identification and verification system that links patients and hospital staff securely to the Social Health Authority claims processing system. The digital ecosystem is aimed at enhancing timely, fraud-free and accurate service delivery. Health CS Aden Duale, who presided over the launch at the Kenyatta University Teaching, Research and Referral Hospital in Kiambu County, disclosed that over 25 million Kenyans have so far been registered under SHA, with over 10,000 health facilities contracted. He added that 47.5 billion shillings have been reimbursed under SHA and 6.9 billion shillings have been reimbursed under the Primary Healthcare Fund.
All level 4, 5 and 6 facilities, with ongoing efforts on board level 3 and level 2 facilities across the country. On the health professional app, Practice 360, we are launching today, which is now again live from this minute. It is geo-fenced and geo-tagged to specific health facilities where professionals and most of the healthcare professionals are stationed. This will help us eliminate unauthorized sharing of the pre-authorization approval codes by doctors.
Formed youth in Migori County is transforming the once crime-ridden Urubaragana area by mentoring youths to embrace craft and technical causes. Samuel Ouru, once caught in a web of crime and substance abuse, is now leading a transformative campaign through the Sagoma community-based organization. With the support of local administration, he has guided over 120 youth into vocational training, drastically reducing burglary and drug-related crimes in the region. He is appealing to the government and well-wishers to facilitate establishment of a technical training institute offering information, communication, and technical courses to equip the youths with digital skills.
We are out as the Sagoma CBO to impact the life of these people. We get the needy people in the community and then we train them. In that regard, I saw the importance of starting a vocational training center so that any needy person who cannot raise a school fee can be helped in this learning institution. We are giving sponsorship for our student, the needy student, and all those students, we subject them to self-employment courses like the tailoring.
Hii sehemu ya Uruba kama mnavyojua na mlivyokuwa mnajua mapema, kulikuwa sio mahali rahisi kuishi. Kwanza kulikuwa na pombe kwa wingi sana hapa na uhalifu na mihadarati. Yote sasa tunaona inapungua.
The only thing I can tell the other youths outside there, life does not end. Be it how difficult it is, God can still make it for you. Even if you are married, it doesn't mean your brain is also married. You can still do something.
That empowerment story takes us on our first break. Plenty more on the other side, including business and sports. Stay put.
Tobo goes down, free kick DRC. Sakari pleads his innocence. And caution for Sakari. Very physical player. He was more of a rugby player at school. On his trailing foot, he was brought down by the Kenyan fullback.
Kenya's first tintable waterproof in the paint.
Wakenya wenzangu, this August, something big is happening. Chan 2024 is here and Harambee Stars are ready to shine. Let us come together and support our boys as they fight for glory. Tune in to KBC Channel 1 and let's cheer our boys. Because when Harambee Stars win, Kenya wins. Twende kazi, Team Kenya all the way.
And Lamin Camara with his first career goal.
Ni muda wa kuhesabu kwa ajili ya kusherekea fasili na asili ya soka barani Afrika. Ligi za ndani na magwiji wasiotambulika.
Mangeni Alvin anaichanja ndani uzuri. David!
Michuano ya CAF ya mataifa ya Afrika 2024 ni njia ya kuzindua kupanua mtandao wa wachezaji ulimwenguni. Timu itakayoshinda itazawadiwa dola za Marekani milioni 3.5 pamoja na kujivunia kulinyanyua kombe hilo. Pata manufaa zaidi kutoka kwa CHAN 2024 mubashara na kipute cha kipekee kwenye runinga ya KBC Channel 1, mwenzio wa dhati michezoni.
Welcome back. You're still on Lunchtime News. Time for your business news. And the office market in Nairobi is oversupplied by lower grade spaces that account for about 15,000 square meters of new spaces, which is expected to be delivered by the end of 2025. According to the latest Knight Frank's Africa office market report, the space in Nairobi is characterized by a dual demand for quality among multinational tenants and a simultaneous push for affordability by local occupiers. Demand for Grade A office space remains strong in Nairobi, particularly for green certified buildings with advanced infrastructure and environmental, social and governance aligned amenities. However, this has contributed to a slowdown in speculative construction activity. Landlords are adapting with agile leasing strategies. Tenant improvement allows eased fit-out flexibility. In Nairobi, shared and co-working, especially among SMEs and professional firms. Hybrid work adoption is most pronounced in countries such as Nigeria, where 31% of businesses have adopted flexible models, through 55% still require on-site attendance, underscoring the ongoing need for adaptable office formats. The Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Service, KEFIS, has raised concerns over the proposed bill seeking to overhaul the country's seed regulations. KEFIS says if enacted into law, the Seeds and Plant Varieties Amendment Bill 2025 could threaten food security, weaken quality controls, and potentially open the door for substandard seeds into the market, putting food security at risk.
The proposed Seeds and Plant Varieties Amendment Bill of 2025 that is before the Senate has sparked backlash from Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Service and some farmers. The bill, which seeks to offer seed certification mandate to the Kenya Bureau of Standards, creating two regulators, is perceived to bring confusion in the seed value chain.
Tunasema sisi tunapinga huo mswada kabisa, kwa sababu mswada ukiendelea, ukipitishwa vile huko, utaleta matatizo mengi sana katika maneno ya mbegu. KEFIS ndio shirika lile limekubalika, ndio mwakilishi wa serikali kwa maneno ya kuangalia maslahi ya mimea.
While the Seeds and Plant Varieties Amendment Bill of 2025 aims to speed up approval of improved and climate-resilient seeds, KEFIS warns that it could dismantle Kenya's seed control system and open the door to counterfeit seeds.
Na tunaomba watu wasilete shortcut ya kuleta ama njia ya mkato ya kuleta mbegu ambayo haitakuwa imefanywa utafiti mzuri na imeonekana inafanya kazi mzuri, na sio kufanywa kwa maabara, ni kufanywa kwa ile eneo wenyewe kulingana na ile mutafiti mwenye mbegu alisema inaweza fanya.
Farmers and KEFIS consider the bill, questioning that it could reverse gains made in safeguarding seed quality hard food security efforts.
Tumekuwa na shida na changamoto kama wakulima kwa ajili ya mbegu. Wakati mmoja tulikuwa tunaletewa mbegu gushi, na tunatumai hata hii mswada haitakuwa vizuri kama sio KEFIS imeidhinisha. na tunaomba kabisa atusaidie msikubaliane na ukora kabisa, kwa sababu naamini KBC kulingana na vile amekuwa akituelimisha kama wakulima.
Sylvia Gatti reporting for Lunchtime News.
More than 3,000 Boeing defense workers are on strike. In a fresh blow to the embattled aviation giant, the strike comes after union members at operations in Missouri and Illinois who build F-15 fighter jets and other military aircraft voted against the firm's latest offer of pay, work schedules and pensions. Here are the details of this and other stories making headlines across the globe.
The strike is being led by a local branch of the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers based in St. Louis, where Boeing's defense manufacturing hub is located. Boeing is struggling to turn itself around after a series of problems, including safety issues and a damaging almost 8-week walkout by passenger plane workers last year. International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers is one of the America's largest unions, representing roughly 600,000 members in the aerospace, defense, shipbuilding and manufacturing industries. This is the first walkout at Boeing's defense business since 1996, when work stopped for more than 3 months. Meanwhile, a long-disused railway line in Nigeria has been revamped and put back into operation to mitigate rising commuting costs caused by soaring fuel prices. The rail line, part of an intra-city rail system in north-central Nigeria Plateau State, was relaunched by local authorities to ease the cost of commuting and boost the local economy, with most residents in the state struggling to cope with soaring fuel prices after the federal government scrapped petrol subsidies in 2023. Residents flocked to the train station from across the city, eager to avoid higher car fuel and bus fares. While the train currently makes 4 daily city trips, critics note insufficient coverage for rural communities. Finally, Yemen's western coast fishermen face a desperate struggle due to escalating Red Sea tensions, risking dangerous waters for decreasing catches amidst disrupted routes, soaring fuel costs and non-existent support infrastructure. With damaged ports and no market access, March earnings are decimated, leaving families without income and caught in desperate struggle for survival.
A family in Utawala, Nairobi County, is pleading for assistance to save the life of their kin who needs 12 million shillings for a bone marrow transplant surgical procedure in India. The 19-year-old Ned Gori was diagnosed with sickle cell anemia shortly after birth. His condition has robbed him of a normal childhood and placed a heavy financial and emotional toll on his mother, who has been the sole caregiver following the killing of his father shortly after he was diagnosed with the condition. Our reporter John Kahiro has details of the family's desperate plea.
Utawala Estate in Nairobi County. When baby Ned Gori was born in 2006, he appeared healthy. 4 months after his birth, he developed an unexplained swelling and pain in his legs.
After birth, Ned was just okay. Nyakati alifika 4 months old, ndio tukaanza kunotice mguu zilikuwa zimefura.
According to his mother, initial medical test provided little information on what was ailing her child. However, a visit to a lab in Nairobi delivered a heartbreaking diagnosis. Ned was suffering from sickle cell anemia.
Si ugonjwa rahisi kudil nayo. So vile baba Ned hata akukula, akachukua tu mtoto, hata mimi that day sikukula. So tukakaa tu ile tu, we have to console one another.
This marked the long battle not only by Ned but also the family to nurse him back to health. 3 years after his diagnosis, Ned lost his father in what the family says was called a blooded murder.
Vile alikufa it was not easy. Tulianza course by then, tulianza tu, maisha ilikuwa ngumu. Kila saa mimi niko na mtoto hospitali every time, so ilibidi by then sasa juu mimi sikuwa na kazi, juu nyakati nilikuwa na job, mambo ya shida ya Ned ilifanya sasa nifanye nini, nianze kuchunga mtoto, so niliacha kazi.
With the dad gone, the emotional and financial burden for caring for Ned would increase on the mum, even as the disease continued to progress, leaving the little Ned in cycle of pain, body aches, fatigue, frequent infections, and countless nights in crisis. The hospital has now become his second home, with the countless admissions scooping all the family's savings.
Saa zingine mtoto anakuwa na uchungu, hata as a mother, kusema ukweli, huwezi vumilia. Ned amepitia. Cause mtoto mdogo anadungwa mpaka mtoto anapiga nduru mpaka, yani ukiangalia vile Ned anaweza piga nduru akidungwa, as a mother hautaangalia, unatoka.
Saa zingine napeanga mom stress na pia brother yangu mdogo. Sana sana yeye juu kwa class unapata saa zingine haja concentrate yake yote, so kuna nini namfanya asipass vile.
Despite all this, there lies a glimmer of hope. Doctors have recommended a bone transplant in India as a permanent solution. However, the delicate process comes at 12 million shillings, an amount that is far beyond their reach.
Omba Kenya kama naweza nisaidia, niende India nifanywe bone marrow transplant, ndo nikuje nisaidia mama hapa mwenye amekuwa akini support tangu nikuwe mdogo mpaka sai. So kama naweza nisaidia, mnaweza nisaidia hapo tu kwa nini, kwa pay bill number.
The distressed family is now appealing to well-wishers for financial assistance to nurture Ned's dream of living to become an IT expert.
Kufanyiwa bone marrow transplant inahitaji pesa mingi sana. Kupata hiyo pesa, mimi as a widow nimejaribu, siwezi pata 12 million for the bone marrow transplant, but mtoto amepitia uchungu mingi.
To assist the family, channel your contributions to pay bill number 4230034, account name Ned Gori Medical Fund, or reach out to his mother Florence Atieno through her telephone number 0720641872. John Kahiro for Lunchtime News.
That's right, and any amount can go a long way into raising the 12 million shillings needed by Ned for that bone marrow transplant. Just to repeat, that pay bill is 4230034, account name Ned Gori Medical Fund, or reaching her mother Florence Atieno on the phone number 0720641872. Moving on, residents of Githobokobi Ward in Gatundu North, Kiambu County, are being encouraged to seek legal assistance and explore alternative dispute resolutions mechanisms amid rising cases of local disputes. The community is grappling with a range of issues, including succession conflicts, violations of children's rights, land and boundary disputes, family tensions, and theft of farm produce. Despite the growing number of conflicts, many residents continue to shy away from pursuing legal remedies, often opting to live with unresolved issues. Legal experts attribute this reluctance to the high cost of legal services, lengthy court procedures, and fear of appearing before judges. During a free legal aid clinic held in Gathaiti village, lawyers highlighted the urgent need to raise legal awareness. They warned that a lack of knowledge about legal options is contributing to the escalation of disputes, with some turning violent.
Zigeretwa mashinani ingekuwa mzuri sana, especially forum kama hii tumekuwa naye na zile zingine kwa makanisa yetu, sababu huko kuna audience kubwa.
Furahia sana kwa venye mawakili wamekuja huku kwetu na wameelimisha wananchi umuhimu wa kutumia sheria, sababu sheria imetengenezwa ili iweze kusaidia mwananchi.
Tumeambia si lazima waende kotini kila jambo, wanaweza sikizana kwa chief, wanaweza sikizana kwa wazee wa mtaa, ili wakienda kotini hata kufanya succession washasikizana.
The cost implication and the illusion that if I go to an advocate it will end up into a court case, but I'd like to advise people and know that, for them to know that you don't need to go to an advocate with the thought that we will end up in court.
We look at the latest in the sporting world, and Morocco are sitting at the top of Group A of the African Nation Championship on equal 3 points with Harambee Stars, but have a better goal difference. Morocco defeated Angola 2-0 at the Nyayo National Stadium to move above Kenya's Harambee Stars, who had beaten Democratic Republic of Congo 1-0 at the Kasarani Stadium last evening. Stars will play Angola on Thursday, while Morocco's next game is against Kenya on Sunday.
Kenya looking to advance their cause, looking for a goal, and they find it brilliantly in added time. It's Austin Odhiambo with the strike that sends Kenya into rapture.
And only coming with their position. And they've got more numbers here. This one is with the goalkeeper alone. It's in the net. It's a goal. The area, but for a corner. And the Moroccans have put in 5 players in the box to wait for it, 6 players in the box to wait for it. It's in the net! Wow!
Co-hosts Uganda kick off their Total Energies CAF African Nation Championships CHAN Pamoja 2024 campaign with a tough opening match against Algeria in Kampala this evening. This marks only the second time the two nations meet at CHAN, and Uganda will be eager to rewrite the script in front of their home fans, having never progressed beyond the group stage in 6 previous appearances. Algeria, on the other hand, are one of the tournament's most consistent teams and will look to build on their runner-up finish in the last edition. In the second fixture of the day, Niger take on Guinea in a Group C encounter, also in Kampala, Uganda. It's only the second meeting between the two sides at the CHAN finals, with their previous clash ending in a 2-2 draw during the 2016 edition. Both teams will be aiming to start their campaigns on a strong note. Catch all the action live on KBC, Channel 1 and KBC's radio stations. Thousands of passionate football fans packed the iconic Kasarani Stadium, rallying behind the national team Harambee Stars as they kicked off their African Nation Championships campaign against DR Congo. The energy in the stadium proved vital as Kenya clinched a hard-fought 1-0 victory.
Red, white and black at Kasarani Stadium is around in large numbers, braving the afternoon sun to support their team in their opening match of the CHAN tournament.
Mimi ni Mkenya, na support Kenya, na nasema hivi, hii timu hii tutaishanda, tutaichinja, tutaua wewe.
Kongo ni watu ambao wamezoea muziki. Sisi ndio watu wa kandanda. Waende wacheze muziki. Sisi ni kandanda.
Ni mechi rahisi sana. Tunakuja kuwaletea Kenya machozi. Hakuna. Kwa kuwa
hapa ni Kenya.
Kisha hii mechi timu ya Kenya haitabaki hata group WhatsApp. Tunamaliza yote.
The chants, songs and unwavering energy provided a powerful 12-man effect, pushing the national team forward.
Austin Odhiambo is a star, but his star is...
The fans' presence was impossible to ignore. The breakthrough came in the extra time in the first half with a stunning finish from Austin Odhiambo that sent the crowd into a frenzy. The lone goal provided enough to seal the 3 points.
Together you can do it, and let's unite and do this together as Kenyans. Let's stay one as Kenyans, because you can see it today. They gave us the energy, and we earned until the 90 minutes because of them. So let's turn up on Thursday again and support and do this together, because together nothing can stop us.
We love them. We love them. I think the way that the players play, they show their appreciation for the love that the fans have shown us. They stood by the team, and the one thing that I'm so proud of these fans, because I know they are very impatient and they are quick to whistle and ask for change. But
as the Harambee Stars head into the next fixture with renewed confidence, one thing is clear: with this kind of support behind them, anything is possible. For Lunchtime News, I'm Daniel Mwendwa.
From Moi International Sports Centre in Kasarani, how the action was yesterday. We now turn the crack to Benjamin Mkapa Stadium in Tanzania, where our very own Bernard Okumu has been there, keeping a close eye on how matters look like on the recent developments there. Bernard Okumu, what more can you tell us? How is the situation like at the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium?
Yes, and thank you so much. This has been the venue for the opening ceremony, and of course 2 other matches that have already been played here. Tanzania kicking off their campaign with a good win, with an emphatic win. That was 2-0 win. And of course yesterday was match day 2 at this particular venue, when Mauritania did battle Madagascar, and it did end in a stalemate. But just to give you a small preview of how this particular facility has been spruced up and prepared for this particular tournament. Remember, it was the best way to showcase what Africa or East Africa has as far as hosting this particular championship is concerned. It's been spruced. It is a 60,000 capacity stadium, and also you can see that due to CHAN requirements or Confederation of Africa Football CAF requirements, the seats were reduced to 48,000, just like they did at Kasarani. But remember that tomorrow the action, after yesterday's matches, the action moving, to Uganda today. At this particular venue, at this particular Benjamin Mkapa Stadium, the matches will be played on Wednesday. That's match day 3 at Benjamin Mkapa Stadium, and Tanzania will be back again against Central Africa Republic, while Burkina Faso will be facing Madagascar later on Wednesday. But just to tell you that despite the fact that, of course, when the home teams play, we expected to see full crowds. That's like what we saw yesterday at Moi International Sports Centre, Kasarani. Baltic crowd at Nyayo National Stadium in Angola played Morocco, but at this particular field yesterday, of course, half empty or not so big crowd. But on Wednesday, we expect to be filled to capacity. And this CHAN, of course, all over the Dar es Salaam, everywhere it's been draped in buildings, draped in East Africa flags or CAF Confederation flags of teams that are participating, just to create the vibe and create the hype about the excitement that's been building up in this particular tournament. And of course, this is one of the beautified venues. A couple of kilometers from here, we'll be going to Zanzibar at Unguja, and for this particular showpiece, and just to tell you that for the match attendance here, or for those who've been wanting to go or attend matches, fairly fair prices for regular tickets. It's been like 2,000 Tanzania shillings. That's like 80 shillings, and 5,000 shillings, 5,000 Tanzania shillings, and the rest, of course, has been 10,000 shillings for the VVIP, 10,000 Tanzanian shillings. The crowds, we expect them to fill up on Wednesday again, when Tanzania will be playing their match 2, right, on match day 3 at this particular venue. And full to capacity later on in the evening. But again, you know, Chan and the excitement that it causes us just tells you that East Africa has always been ready. These are the seats that the players, of course, those who are on the technical bench, the players as well as the substitutes have been at this particular event. Africa Pamoja, as we say, Chan Africa Nations Championship indeed is in East Africa, and the 19 countries, definitely it's going to be an exciting 20+ days of this tournament. And also for those watching back in Kenya or elsewhere in East Africa, remember, don't miss the action. It's all live on KBC, as we say, Chan Iko KBC, reporting for Channel 1 Sports from Benjamin Mkapa Stadium here in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. I'm Bernard Okumu.
Chan Iko KBC, this is where to keep it locked for all the action, and that was Bernard Okumu from the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, one of the countries co-hosting the Chan together with Uganda and Kenya, utilizing 4 cities across these 3 countries and 5 stadiums. But back to studio, we continue to inform you, and now the youth and sports enthusiasts have been urged to explore career opportunities in sports to help sustain their livelihoods and nurture their skills and talent. Sports Principal Secretary Elijah Mwangi, who was speaking during the launch of the inaugural Kenya Sports Career Fair and Symposium, says there is need of professionalizing the sports industry and creating awareness around the vast opportunities within the sector. The inaugural Sports Career Fair and Symposium will be held from this Wednesday through Friday at the Kenyatta International Convention Center, KICC.
This symposium is not just an event, it is a national conversation. It is a transformational movement. It is the sum of our aspirations as a country to re-engineer the entirety of the sporting sector. It is a timely wake-up call to reimagine sports as a career, a business, a science, a craft, and most importantly, above it, this is guaranteed pathway to empowerment of our communities, counties, and the country as a whole.
Strathmore conquered the soggy conditions at Nakuru Athletics Club to clinch the second leg of the Sport Pesa National Sevens, overpowering Kenya Commercial Bank 24-7 in the final. The Agile Lears dominated early, establishing a 24-7 lead by halftime. In the first semi-final, Strathmore thrashed Catholic Monks 14-0, while KCB edged past Menengai Oilers 10-5 in a tightly contested clash. Earlier in the Cup quarterfinals, Strathmore cruised past Kenya Harlequins with a commanding 33-0 victory. Catholic Monks secured their semi-final slot after edging Mwamba RFC 12-7. Menengai Oilers displayed their physical prowess against local foes Nakuru RFC, narrowly winning 7-0 with Fortune Arturo scoring the match's only try, skillfully converted by Dennis Abukuse. In the women's competition, Mwamba RFC claimed the title after defeating Kenya Harlequins 15-10, thanks to Edith Naliaka's heroic performance. Kel Rovanpera, co-driven by Johan Hallitonen, delivered a blistering performance to clinch victory at the Sector Rally Finland for the first time since 2017. Driving for Toyota Gazoo Racing, the duo became the fastest in World Rally Championship history and won by a commanding 39.2 seconds. Toyota dominated the leaderboard, securing a rare 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finish, only matched once before by Lancia in 1990. Takamoto Katsutsa held his NAV second placed 5.9 seconds ahead of Sebastian Ogier, celebrating his best result since February Rally Sweden. Ogier secured the final podium spot by just 3.0 seconds after an intense final day showdown with Elfine Evans. Sami Pajari completed Toyota's historic lockout in fifth ahead of Udanis Thierry Neville, while Adrian Formax retired his 20N Rally 1 car less than 1 kilometer from the finish. The WRC now heads to South America for the inaugural Rally del Paraguay from 28th to 31st August. And that's all the time we had for you this afternoon. But remember, Chan Eco KBC and today's lineup look like Nigeria versus Guinea. That will be happening at 5 p.m. And also Uganda versus Algeria at 8 p.m. You do not want to go anywhere. This is the place to keep it locked for all the action. You do not want to miss any moment. I'm Doren Arange. Lucy Maura has been our sign language interpreter. Good afternoon.
We wish the best to our team, Arambe Stars, who are just about to play their matches and against the other teams. And tunakaribisha hawa pia teams zingine wakuja wacheze nyumbani. This is Kenya, home of champions, home of runners, and we welcome them. Na tunasema raia wote wa Kenya wote tuchukue nafasi hii to tune in, tukisupport timu yetu tunapokaribisha wale teams ambayo wanakuja kucheza mpira.
I never heard the music so sweet. I repeat.
Wagwan, me brethren, big things are going. Remember, each and every Monday we have to shell down the place with nothing but the best of smooth way the vibe.